This video is going to explain how to use conferences and to enter a conference site. A conference is a real-time live virtual meeting where you can share documents, you can talk to each other, you can even share your web screen. So it's a great place for your group to have an actual live meeting, not just through chat, but an actual conversation with each other in real time. So to do that, there's two ways that you can enter conferences. You can do it through the main course. So if I go up to the courses and group and choose my main course, and I look on the left-hand side, I see conferences. When you click that, you're going to see any conferences that your instructor may have set up already. So this is now a current conference that is coming up on July 17th at 7 p.m. And notice that the title includes the date and the time. This is a nice, quick way to know what's coming up and when it's coming. You'll notice that there is no way to actually join the conference. The way conferences work is whoever sets them up, they want to make sure that they include the date and the time in their description, and when the conference is ready to start, they have to start the conference. And once the conference is started, there is a join button that appears here, and that's how any participants in the course enter the conference. So you cannot actually enter a conference until it has started, and so that's why you want to make sure you know the date and the time of a conference that's coming up. Another good habit is to make sure that the conference is added to a calendar so that it is a reminder to everybody if they look on the calendar. So for example, the instructor has entered that conference here on the calendar. So if we go back to the course conferences, you yourself can also add a conference to the main course, and that would be a live discussion where you can share documents, but it's with everyone in the course. The more likely scenario is that you're going to want to have conferences with your group in a smaller environment. So to do that, you want to make sure that you are in the group environment. So right now we're in the main course. Most likely you are never going to create a conference in the main course where you would want to be talking with everyone. You may participate, but you may not create. You're more likely going to be creating in your own group, so let's go to that environment. So again, we're going to go to courses and groups, and this time go to our group dedicated page. So now I'm in my group, and again I see conferences, and when I click them this time, since there are no conferences set up for this particular group, I don't see anything here. So course conferences that have been set up for the entire course will not appear on your group page. So let's say your group's decided that they're going to have a meeting tomorrow and you'd like to meet at 6 p.m. Someone needs to set up the conference. So that might be your team leader, it might be you. It doesn't matter who it is, but one person needs to be the designated person to create the conference. So to create the conference, you're going to click on the right-hand side and you're going to add a title, and this is where I suggest that you make sure you include your date and a time and what you're doing. So you're going to have a group meeting at 6 p.m. Blue button is the automatic Canvas online environment meeting, so that's not anything you can change. You can change the duration, or you can choose to have no time limit. You can also record your meeting, which is a nice thing. If somebody is going to miss a meeting, you can record your meeting to make sure that they can listen to it later. You can put a description of what you're going to do, so we might maybe be talking about our resources for our unit of study. You can choose who's going to come. So this right now says all course members. Since we know this is a group meeting, we're going to unclick that, and it will list your group members, and you simply click on their names. This group only has 2 people, the current student and then this student right here. So now we're going to update, and the course conference appears up here. So notice it looks a little different because this student created the conference. There is now a start button. So the start button is how on the day that we're going to have the conference at 6 p.m., the person who created it, which would be the student, is going to click start, and when they click start, it automatically starts the meeting, and any other team member or person who's going to participate in the conference, when they log on to the conference site, they're going to see a join button. So instead of a start button, they'll see a join button. What happens is for everyone, the same thing will happen once they either hit start if you're the creator of the event, or you're joining as a participant in the event. You're going to be taken to the big blue button site of the sharing thing. And the first thing that's going to come up once it's loading, and it will load at a different speed depending on your internet service, so mine's a little bit slow right now. So once you log on, it's going to take you to this online meeting site. It's going to ask you how you want to participate in the conference. So do you want to use your microphone? That might be a headset. It might be just your computers. Or do you just not want to actually talk? You'd rather just type, or you just want to listen. So you're going to make that choice, whether you're the starter. And it's going to ask you some permissions, and it's going to ask you to test your microphone, and all these things are going to happen for every single person every time. It's going to test. So we're going to do that. So now this is the online meeting, the conference. So you'll notice that anyone who is a member is going to appear up here. Right now it's just me. I started the conference. There's no one else joining me. I can share my screen. I can share my microphone. I can share my webcam, meaning I can put a picture of myself. If you're on and you're just listening, you can raise your hand and ask a question. In the middle are all of the things you're sharing. So if you're sharing your screen, it's going to show up here, and we can write on it. We can add shapes. We can do lots of different things. So this is your virtual online meeting that you can do as a group. It's a great way to collaborate in real time and hear each other and actually share documents and talk about it. So this is the online environment. This is the conference setup. When you're finished with the conference, whoever started the conference, created the conference, is going to end the conference by going over here to the right-hand side and logging out. And it's going to ask you, are you sure you want to log out? And you're going to say yes. It's going to take you back to that, and you'll notice that it's asking me if I want to end it or join it. So I'm going to end it, and then we're done with the conference. So setting up a conference, if we go back now to conferences, again, notice I'm still in my group. That conference is now complete. We did not record it, but if I did record it, it would link me to the recording, so anyone who has missed a conference and it's been recorded can hear it. I can actually delete this if I don't want to see the history of my conferences. So setting up a conference is a great way to keep in touch and have some, collaborative meetings in real time with your group.